It's pretty common knowledge that stars in the Mario universe are one of the most powerful items, as they grant anyone who possesses them temporary invincibility and can even defeat Bowser one hit in the 2D games like Mario Maker. But in the case of 3D Mario games like Mario 64, they have been demoted to being helpless main collectibles and are forced away from Mario to retrieve them. Oh, how bored they must feel spinning in the air in one place without a book to read or a show to watch. Some power stars are literally sitting out in the open, some are tucked away in certain characters' pockets, some are trapped inside of boxes, etc. The point is that the main level power stars can simply fly away if they want, without being rescuing. So, in this video, I will discuss every main level star and see if they are able to rescue themselves. To elaborate, rescuing themselves simply means they are out in the open without being confined to something or be held by another character. So without further ado, let's rescue some stars if they need rescuing. The first level is Bob-omb Battlefield with the first star. King Bob-omb was directly handed this particular star and is tucked away in his bomb pockets so the star can barely breathe in there. Since it's not in the open and cannot float freely, I say this star cannot rescue itself without Mario's help. Next is the second star. This is pretty much the exact same scenario with King Bob-omb, except Koopa the Quick is holding onto one and is stashed away in his Koopa underwear. I think Mario should wash his gloves after touching his star. Who knows what's inside of that shell? Using the same logic as the first, I say this star cannot rescue itself. Next is the third star. You had to break open the box holding the star in the floating island. Since it is confined inside of a box and is probably claustrophobic in there, I would say the star cannot rescue itself. If it can, it would have broken out of there by now. Unless it likes living in boxes, then oops. Next is the fourth star. You had to find the 8 red coins which mysteriously makes the star appear out of nowhere. Since it is nowhere to be seen up beforehand, it definitely needs rescuing. I don't understand how touching red colored coins makes a power star appear, but I should know better than to question Mario logic. Next is the fifth star. This is pretty much the same exact scenario as the red coins, where you had to find the 5 secrets to make the star manifest out of thin air. I wonder where it was hiding the whole time. Maybe it was having a good time with friends and was suddenly yanked because Mario found the secrets. So I say this star needs to be rescued. Next is the sixth star. This star is in plain sight behind bars because it was naughty. It could probably squeeze through the slots, but for the sake of this video, let's say it can't stop spinning and would not be able to slip through. So I say this star needs to be rescued. Moving on to Whomp's fortress with the first star. The Whomp King has a star in his stony body and does not give it up until he is defeated, so it needs to be rescued. I agree that the Whomps should be appreciated more for building the houses and paving the roads. That's all they want after all. Next is the second star sitting literally at the top of the tower. This is the first star that doesn't need to be rescued because it is out in plain sight and is just enjoying the view of the world. Maybe it just needed a breather from the hustle and bustle of the Mario universe. Being a power star is tough after all. Next is the third star, which yet again is just sitting outside. Lots of stars doing this here. Using the same logic, this star does not need rescuing. Probably just wanted some alone time, but no saving. Next is the fourth star. Collecting 8 red coins makes a star appear, so it will need to be saved. Although collecting them here is pretty fun to do honestly. Next is the fifth star, which is inside of a half cage. Since it's not entirely covered and it's just sitting there, I still think it doesn't need saving because it could just float out of there and it's not confined in a tight box. The remake of 64 is more different since it's inside an actual cage. Next is the sixth star. This one is literally jammed inside of the wall and needs to be broken using Mario's face with a cannon. Ouch. How did the star even get inside of it in the first place? It must have slipped inside during construction or something, or they stuffed it in there. It must have felt so uncomfortable inside. Moving on to Jolly Roger Bay, you had to swim inside of the sunken ship and drain the water using the chests, and then break open the box containing the star. This star definitely could not have done all that on its own, so it definitely needed to be saved. It can't swim after all, and it doesn't have a life vest. Next is the second star that is dangling from the end of the eel. I think the eel technically possesses the star since it is attached to it and can be free once again touched by Mario, so it probably does need saving. How did it get there anyways? Next is the third star. Similar to the first, this star is tucked away inside the chest and can't break it open on its own. What's interesting is that this specific star was once the precious treasure of a captain who sailed these very waters. So yeah, it needs to be rescued. Next is the fourth star with red coins. I think we all know the drill. This star needs to be rescued. Next is the fifth star, which is inside of a box. It needs to be broken, so yeah, needs saving. Next is the sixth star, but is at the bottom of the jet stream, so it's just sitting there out in the open. So I think it doesn't need to be saved and just chooses to remain there. I think it likes the tingling sensation of the jet bubbles and feels good. It's just having a spa day after all. Next is Cool Mountain, and the star only appears once you slide down the indoor icy slide and appears out of nowhere. I guess it does need saving since Mario needs to trigger the event for it to come out. At this point of the video, I realized that I sound like a broken record, so just to save time for the rest of the video, I will group stars together for all levels. Stars 2 to 4 need to be saved as they are being held by the penguins and giant snowman. The wall kicks will work star does not need saving, as it is just sitting out in the open and admiring Mario's wall jumping skills. The first 2 stars in Big Boo's haunt need to be saved as the Boos are holding them hostage with their ghostly little nubs. Secret of the Haunted Book star is sitting outside and just wanted a book to read and does not need saving. The rest of the stars need to be rescued as they're in boxes or held hostage. The first star in Hazy Mazy Cave is just sitting out in the open watching Dory swim around and doesn't need saving. I bet it wants to take a dip in the pool too and cool off. Stars tend to be pretty hot after all. Star 2 needs rescuing. Star 3 definitely needs rescuing as it's stuck behind a gated door and behind a normal door, and Mario needs a long jump to avoid the gaps. The rest of the stars are out in the open and can stop being lazy and save themselves. The first 3 stars in Leave the Lava Land needs rescuing from this fiery pit of hell as they're being held by the bullies. The 4th one by the giant log is just sitting there and wishes it could walk on it for fun and doesn't need saving. The ones inside of the volcano need to be saved, assuming it can't just fly back out of the volcano and is in a separate part of the level. The first star in Shifting Sandline is being held by Klepto and needs to be saved by sharp talons. Second star is atop the pyramid, so it speaks for itself. Stars 3 to 6 are inside of the pyramid, and last time I checked, breaking out of one proves to be immensely difficult. If they can't break out of a little box, then there's no way they could bust out of a giant pyramid. First star in Dire Docks does not need saving. The rest of them need to be rescued as they can only appear after performing specific feats like swimming through rings, or opening chests, or freeing one-sided cage. First star in Snowman's Land does not need to be rescued. The rest of them do as they're frozen solid inside boxes, ice cubes, igloos, and held by a giant ice bully. They're gonna need some hot cocoa after all this. For the first time, all stars need to be rescued as they're all stuck inside boxes or need to manifest by red coins or secrets. It sort of fits the theme in Wet Dry World due to the whole negative aura thing, and that's how all stars need saving. Every star in Tall Mountain except for 2, 3, 4, and 6 need to be rescued as they're all out in the open and behind the waterfall. The rest are stuck inside the mountain or inside a cage. Let's hope they can hold out a little while longer. Every star in Tiny Huge Island needs to be saved as well. Every star except for number 6's Tick-Tock Clock does not need to be saved, as they're sitting in open cages or out in the open. Although they need to change up clock batteries, I don't know. Every star except for 3 and 6 do not need to be saved in this random geometry land, otherwise known as Rainbow Ride. Well, that just about does it for all the main level stars. Who knows if they really do want to be rescued or not, or simply just vibing with the worlds they're in. How many times did I use the word rescue in this video? Too many to count. Let's hope they're thankful for Mario saving their golden butts in this game and others. So with all that being said, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more videos like these if you want to.